A very beautiful good morning to all of you, my dear students. So, in today's class, we are going to learn and understand about Lesson 6 Soil by making its revision notes. So, let's begin.
Now points to ponder. Ponder means, the word ponder means remember. The important points which we need to remember every time. And these are called as, in simple way you can say that these are called as the notes also. Whenever you are reading, write the important points in your notebook. Instead of just writing the whole sentence, write it like this. Now our lesson is soil. So the first question, if you will write it like this way, you don't have to see the book. You know what all points are there in the book, in the lesson. Now the chapter is soil. So the first thing is, what is the soil? And we have just written uppermost layer of the earth. So that point is covered. The definition of soil, you have done it. I have just written uppermost layer of earth. That is your soil. Now the second point is, what is the importance? Importance is, it is the home for the animals, because many animals, they live in it. It helps in the plants to grow. It helps in the construction work. It is the source of underground water. Where we get the underground water? We get the underground water under the earth only. So it is a source. Now next is weathering. Just by writing these points, you know what we have to do it and what we have to write it. Now weathering of rocks. Okay, what is weathering of rocks? You'll keep it in mind. Okay, weathering of rocks means it's a process. And what is that process called as? That is a weathering. And what happens in weathering? The breaking down of rocks, the big rock pieces into smaller pieces, and then to the powder form is your weathering. So what happens because of the weathering? Our soil is formed. Clear? Wait, beta. Wait, beta, wait for 1 minute. Let me take this color. Now, weathering of rocks, what it will do? It will form your soil. Raghavi, will you sit straight instead of moving? You are busy in doing something else. And you know that this formation of rocks is a continuous process. Every time it keeps on going in the nature, but it is a very slow process. And why we call it a slow process? Because it takes millions of years because of this. It takes billions of years. Once the soil is formed, it has three layers: topsoil, subsoil, and bedrock. But how these layers are formed? First is your bedrock. First, the bedrock is there, because what is weathering? Breaking down of big pieces of rocks into smaller pieces. So the first layer is always the bedrock. The bedrock breaks down into the subsoil, and the subsoil contains broken pieces of rocks and some soil. And then this subsoil again break down into powder form, which forms your topsoil. And what is topsoil? What topsoil contains? Topsoil contains humus. And because of this humus, what is humus? Humus is the organic matter. And it is made up of remains of plants and animals. And because of this humus, the topsoil is called as the most fertile soil. And the topsoil helps the plants to grow. Then comes, what is soil erosion? What are the different causes of erosion? Erosion means washing away or the movement of soil. Then what are the different ways to conserve it? Now see, with these 9 points, just I have written 9 points, the whole chapter is done. Yes or no? And you know, if you have written in the points, now you can understand it.